Hey guys, how's it going?
So here's a new video, or rather a new series of videos, where we're going to be bringing you... Basically this is our first PvP videos for Dark Souls 2. Now, Stephen here hasn't saw most of this footage.
I've used this build. I haven't seen any of this footage actually, but I've used this build and I know it is fucking hilarious regardless.
So what this build is essentially the single most broke thing in Dark Souls 2, but by far most people will die in like a single hit or maybe 2 hits. As you can see here, like...
The only people that will take the hit are those where you hit their shield or those who are wearing full havels with like at least 30 pumped into their health.
Yeah. So I won 16 games in a row using this build, which is pretty insane. Especially for Dark Souls. For Dark Souls 1 PvP, I've never won 16 games in a row ever. Even with the Great Scythe build, I only won 2/3 of my games, and I didn't even win that many games with the unlimited power build. So this is really the most broken thing that I've ever encountered in Dark Souls.
It is pretty lethal, right? So go over the build with them because a few of them may not get the build, but basically, to put it quite simple, in order to get this build legit, it's solid because you have to beat the game without dying and you have to beat the game without using a bonfire.
Yeah.
Because those are the rings you need to hide your left and right-handed weapons.
Because we are using the mule build, you know, fucking hate is all you want for using the mule build. We can't be fucked completing the game on X amount of times, on X amount of difficulty, just...
I'm not completing the game 4 times to get Wrath of God. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would I complete the game 4 times to get a miracle that you only get 1 casting of anyway?
So regardless, this build, you don't need the rings, but the rings just make it funnier. So because when you go into the match and you've got the rings on, it looks like you're running in with bare fists. So they think that you're just going to punch them, and then you roll past them, and then you fire off your javelins, and then you kill them.
Yeah, we should probably state that the weapons we're using 2 javelins.
Yeah.
Mundane, all the stats are at a base of 20 because Mundane scales off your lowest stat.
That's any stat, so it even scales off your health if that's the lowest thing.
Yeah, but so you put all your stats at a base of 20, that way no matter what stat it scales off of, it's getting at least 20 points of scaling.
Yeah.
And you power stance the javelins because it's just hilarious. Because like, your weapons are invisible and your bolts don't show, and we're using fire bolts here, and lightning bolts on the offhand as well. So like your left bumper or your L1 would fire off our fire arrows, it'd fire off both of them at the same time, and our left trigger would fire off the lightning bolts.
Yeah.
But basically, because they can't see your weapons until you go to fire, and you just sort of like pull out your guns and just bang and just rip them to pieces. It's so fun.
Now, to further increase the damage, we're using the Sacred Oath Miracle, which increases your damage by 50. But remember, that works for every arrow, so every arrow is doing 50 extra damage of what it would normally do.
You're firing 6 arrows, thus you're gaining 300 damage.
Yeah, exactly. And it increases your defense a little bit as well.
In fact, technically you're gaining 700 because you get 50 on each javelin and then 50 on each arrow the javelin fires, so that's 700.
Oh god, does that work that? Oh god,
yeah,
it would work that way.
Yeah, you get 700 extra damage, 50 on each of your javelins and 50 on each arrow, 6 arrows.
Well, it
300.
might not affect the arrows actually. We don't actually know specifically what it affects, but it's definitely at least 300 now that I think about it. So.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, this build isn't even fun.
It says it's literally use this to fuck people over.
Yeah, if you just want it, I didn't even get any hate mail from using this. Not a single thing. Surprisingly, I don't even understand it. I think people
if you want hate mail, use Forbidden Sun.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding on, use Forbidden Sun. I'll post on Facebook and our new Twitter the message that I got when I was using Forbidden Sun. At the end. Yeah, we'll go into this at the end. But yeah, so as we said, we're using dual javelins, using Sacred Oath to boost our damage, which by the way takes up 4 attunement slots. And that's pretty much it really, that is the build. The armour set is it the Oros set or is it the Alva set?
Well, I'm just using the Invisible Aura set.
The Aura set. It increases your equipment burden as a sort of side effect. It increases your maximum
but
equipment
it still
load.
has weight to it, so...
Yeah, but the point is that it increases your equipment load so that you can wear armour that's of that weight and it doesn't affect you as much. Yeah, I mean, the amount it increases it by doesn't outweigh the amount of the armour like the Mask of the Father did, where you put that on and... it weighed 1.2, but it'd give you like 1.8 or something like that, so you'd end up better off by half a weight unit. But this time, it just gives you a little bit more to work with, really, and it makes you less likely to go over that 40% barrier for your roll.
Really, the reason I'm using the aura set in this is simply because it fits the fact that I'm using invisible weapons as well. The build, there isn't really much to it at all, so it's not. I just thought, let's try and just expand on the theme of being a massive asshole.
Yep, rings obviously Chloranthy ring and the third dragon ring because they're OP as fuck.
At least I think that's what I'm using.
You'll definitely be using the third dragon's ring, the Royal Sword ring, the Chloranthy ring, and the ring that boosts your physical attack.
That
Blades.
is definitely not what I'm using.
You're not using Ring of Blades?
Right.
You've got a physical attack damage. Look at your status bar.
No.
So you're definitely using
the Ring of Blades, and I'm using the 2 rings to hide your weapons. But I don't know what the last one is. It's probably the third
dragon ring because
but
it's.
I think it's more likely to be the one that gives you attunement slots.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's probably the Southern Ritual Band +2, the one that gives you 3.
Yeah.
So broke. I mean, gives you 3 attunement slots. I mean, come on.
For a ring, it's great. So I think this is the one guy that actually managed to beat me. Yeah.
Oh, but no, you killed each other.
Yeah, so technically it doesn't count.
It's technically a hollow victory.
Yeah.
But, get it? Hollow? Dark Souls?
Yeah, shut up.
That's a shit pun. Oh, no. there's that broke as fuck hitbox with the washing pole again.
I'm not sure if this is the guy that beat me, but regardless, it's not really a huge issue.
I was a magic barrier, what a nub.
I was wrecking people like the entire night. It's totally not fair, and we highly recommend you use it. So yeah, that's the only guy that beat me.
Because he used Great Resonant Soul.
No, that was Dark Orb because he used the staff.
But Dark Orb moves incredibly slow.
So here we are, and this is the build as you'll soon see.
Yeah. So I mean, we've pretty much covered the build.
We're using Mundane Avalon, and both of them, 2 Mundane Avalons +10, just using the Armour of Horus, so it's invisible.
Yeah, Chloranthy ring, Ring of Blades, and your Invisi rings. The invisible rings, and you get the chime on the offhand on your right for, of course, casting Sacred Oath.
Yeah.
So like, now that we've kind of pretty much discussed the build,
so obviously, you know, the Ring of Blades, there's also the stats to come up as well. So I mean, the only thing that's attuned is the Sacred Oath.
Ring of the Conqueror and the other ring, I can't remember the name of, the mad weird greenish one from this.
Ring of the Valiant or something.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, so like the stats will come up, you'll be able to see like the damage and all that as well. We can't really hear because we're looking at a smaller preview window.
30 health, 30 endurance. Now I have over leveled slightly, but it's only really in health and endurance. Everything should be 20 at least, and then you want 37 strength and 22 dex to power stance.
So you can power stance, yeah.
Then the rest of the stuff can be up to you.
Just so you guys know, in order to power stance, 150% of the weapons requirements for both strength, dex. Int and faith requirements don't count. You don't need the 150% of them. It's just the strength and dex requirements. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
This is the first video we've got that's going to have an outro, and all our videos from now on will have these outro sections.
Because it's pretty and professional.
Exactly. Now,
and it gives me it does give me a kind of YouTube stoner to see some of these.
Now, if you want to click the next episode, you'll need to wait till it's uploaded, but as soon as it's uploaded, you'll be able to link from it. You can also go to the previous video if you want to know. Now, click the button to follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. If you want to add us on Skype or PlayStation, please do. We'll accept anybody so long as you're sound. And remember, please like, comment and subscribe, because it really does help us out, and we're pretty much at this stage trying to expand as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, we've just hit 3k, so we may as well just keep going at this point.
Yeah,
I mean,
so that's why
3,000 down and infinity to go.
Exactly.
So yeah, we made the Twitter as well, because we've got like 110, possibly 120 likes on Facebook now, so we decided, we know not everyone uses Facebook. Twitter's kind of more of an American thing anyway, but so we decided, fuck it. We'll make a Twitter and we'll reach everybody we possibly can.
Yeah.
Find us on OkCupid in about a month when we realise that Dark Souls is not our waifu anymore. But other than that, guys, enjoy the vid and
we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah,
the next video is
you can see the little feature. It's
in fact we won't ruin it. We won't ruin it.
It's OP as fuck as well.
Yeah. So we'll see you in the next video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one.
See ya.